All too soon, we've come to the end of the 1/8 stage of the competition. We had 81 schools at this stage of the contest, and all we had to do was very simple. We just had to sow seeds. Out of the 81 schools, 27 schools had their seeds falling on fertile ground. Hence, we have 27 schools entering the quarterfinal stage of the competition. Welcome to the NSMQ review show. This is where we go into the day's contest and try to assign reasons as to how things pan out in the contest. For today's discussion, I'm joined here by Abdul, 2023 NSMQ contestant for Mawuli School, and Mr. Francis, the coordinator for Ebri Presby Senior High and Technical School. Before we go straight into it, kindly note that the National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by Ghana Education Service in partnership with Go PLC and supported by Joy News, Pepsodent, Jupe Money Transfer, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Coronation Insurance, Bell Beverages, ALX, Kivo, Flora Tissues, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University College, University of Mines and Technology, PMMC Jewelry, GTP, CHAS, YFM, and Gelmark Foundation. You are welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Francis, how did you see your contest? It was a very competitive one. Were you expecting this kind of competition in your contest?
Actually, I can say that not really. Looking at our strengths and our performance, I was expecting something better than this. But I think God knows best. And now that we have been seeded, because for the past 5 years, we've been one of the veteran seed holders. And now, currently, because we only lost the seed in 2021, and after that, we always hold on to our seats. And now that we've been seeded, we'll now look at the way forward.
Sure. Abdul, you were a contestant for Mawuli School last year, where unfortunately you were kicked out by Prempeh College at the quarterfinal contest.
Exactly.
How can you compare the 1/8 stage of this year's competition to last year's competition?
Okay, I would say this year's 1/8 stage competition has been competitive, more competitive than last year. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Please, do you agree?
Actually, looking at for this 1/8, what I observed was that the questions in the beginning contest looks a bit easier compared to getting to the ending of the contest. It is 1/8. So in some way, I agree with him.
From what you are saying, I don't think all of us will agree to that because this is the last day of the 1/8 stage. And from what you are saying, it means the questions for today were difficult as compared to day 1 and day 2, right?
Actually, why I was saying this is because we've been following all the contests, and it may also happen that because our contestants, sometimes we put them down for them to solve the question, to follow the contest. But probably, maybe they are not under any pressure at home. That's why they find it to be easy. So, but to me, I think probably things have been a little bit difficult getting to the ending. But it is not above our standard. The only challenge is that we fail to pick certain pieces well. That is why we couldn't perform as expected. But we'll come back strongly.
Sure. Abdul, we'll go straight into the contest for today. At the SGS Auditorium, Bishop Herman College won the contest with 49 points. Konongo Dumasi came second with 48 points, and Wallace Academy third with 32 points.
Exactly.
You were a contestant of Mawuli School in the same region with Bishop Herman College.
Yeah.
Were you expecting Konongo Dumasi to give them such a contest?
Okay, actually, I was expecting something like that because they did well in their prelims contest. And then, since last year, their contestants were not that bad, so I think this year they would also try to reach that standard. And then since they knew they were meeting Bishop Herman. They know that Bishop Herman is not just any small school. So I was expecting them to give some form of competition. Yeah, I was expecting it. Yeah.
Sure. Before we go to the next contest, I'd like to ask you this question about the problem of the day that you've had for the 1A stage of the competition. I think we recorded 10 out of 10 for by just 4 schools in the 1A stage. We didn't record any 10 out of 10 in the day 1 and day 2 of the 1A stage of the competition. And even in the prelims, no school recorded 10 out of 10 in the from the day. Is it because the questions are more difficult now, or students have issues with understanding the questions?
Actually, with the problem of the day, I can't say that the student they have problem in understanding. One thing that I observed personally was that most of them, it's like they're working under pressure and tension, and also looking at the 4 minutes allocated to answering the question. Some of them, for instance, today the math question, I observed that my students they were jittering. So, and it's not like they don't know because it was a simple partial fraction question, which I was expecting them to be able to finish everything. But all the same, I think pressure dawned on them, and they got confused and they don't even know what they were doing over there again. So I think partly maybe due to pressure, and partly may also be due to maybe lack of a little bit of maybe strong understanding of concepts. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Still to you, Mr. Francis. At the CNT auditorium, St. Peter's SHS won the contest with 35 points against Anglican SHS 25 and Krobo Girls 28, and Krobo Girls SHS 26 points. Krobo Girls led from round 1 to round 3 or round 4 before St. Peter's won the contest using the riddles. Were you expecting Krobo Girls to give St. Peter's such a tough contest?
Yeah, actually, yes. I was expecting even Krobo girls to have won the contest because they've been our friends back at Easton, because always we go to them and they also come to us. So we know their strength. So as for Peters, they haven't been to themselves again as expected, because those days when we mention Peters, you should know the type of school you are going to meet. And this is not Peters they are standard to. I was expecting Peters to have done better than what they achieved today. But all that is needed is that Peters lost their seat in the previous years. So 2022. Yeah. So they tried today. They've been able to even win with a very low margin. I think it's a fit for them again.
Thank you. For your own contest, your own school, Mauli School won the contest with 43 points. Sugakofe SHS 30 points and Suhum Presby SHS 25 points. You're in the same region with Sugakofe SHS.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know their strength.
Yeah.
But they still gave you a tight contest though, because you didn't lead from round 1 to round 5. What do you think happened? Was it lack of composure?
So I think the kind of questions that came, they were getting their major questions correct, and then maybe if a set of questions comes, and then maybe one school picks a bonus, and another set of question comes, the other school can be able to pick the bonus. So it's like the marks were spread out. So all the schools accumulated similar scores. Yeah, and then for the round 2, they knew they were meeting Mauli School, and they know Mauli School is not a small school. So I think they prepared very well first, and then you could see the first set, the beginning part of the speedways, they took I think about the first 3 speedways questions, so it made the contest a little bit tight. Yeah.
So Jacope picked the first 3 speedways?
No. I think it was Suhum rather. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Sugakupe, it was the true or false they used to cover up. I think they had just one wrong. Whilst today Mauli School didn't do well in the true or false. I think we had, was it 3 or 4 wrongs? Then Suhum also had similar. Yeah.
So do you think there is a particular way you are going to train your boys to do well in the true or false? In fact, is there a way to train a contestant to do very well in the true or false round?
Okay, I think the true or false, it will depend. It will depend on the kind of questions that will come. Maybe the kind of questions and maybe the sitting position. Maybe the type of the questions being directed to you, you might not be familiar with them. Yeah, so, and then basically the concept. Then you have to analyze Yeah,
The
so
question.
that's it.
Mr. Francis, still on the true or false part or the true or false bit, don't you think that as you prepare towards the national championship, you have to be prepared to the point that your sitting position doesn't matter in any contest? Wherever you sit, you are certain that you'll be able to answer whatever questions that come to you, or you think where you sit matters in terms of understanding concepts and answering true or false questions?
Yeah, actually, per the observation by my colleagues, my team members, what we've also observed was that with the true or false, you know, sitting arrangement is very important. That's why we even have probabilities, chances. Because assuming I'm on seat 1 and you are on seat 3, what happens is that, let's say that you throw a true or false question to me and I couldn't answer. Maybe it's going to be a question that is going to run through biology or that particular area. So when the question gets to maybe the first seat, normally they feel a bit jittery. Sometimes they know it all right, but how to organize and put themselves together and give the answer becomes a problem. But before you to get to the third seat, for them, they've now absorbed the pressure and they are ready to give any answer that they want. So it's all about pressure.
So are you praying for a better seat in the quarterfinals, or you are going to better the students when it comes to understanding of concepts and how to think through true or false questions well?
Actually, I personally, I don't pray for better seat. Whatever seat God gives us and we'll qualify is what we pray for. Because today we pray that God should give us a comfortable seat. And the seat has been too comfortable. No matter what, we've been able to qualify, irrespective of where we sat. So, and my students, I know they are good. Probably today hasn't been the best for them. But I believe that our next contest facing OWAS, in fact, they also have a run for their money.
Sure.
Yes.
Abdul, the second contest at SGS Auditorium featured Ameniampon SHS, Wesley Girls High School, and Ashaman SHS.
Yeah.
And that contest had to be decided with a tiebreaker. Were you expecting the contest to be that tough for Wesley Girls?
Exactly, because one of their contestants came in Form 2, and then we happened to meet them at the 1F stage. Then we kicked them out. Yeah, so I was expecting that since he came in Form 2, then the following year, if he comes back in Form 3, he would be a better version of himself. So I wasn't surprised when they gave them that kind of keen competition. Actually, I even thought they would have won Wesley Girls. Yeah.
Sure. Mr. Francis, do you think the name and the history of Wesley Girls in the competition helped them today? Because the boys from Enyampong were a bit jittery. They even had a second chance with a tiebreaker. And there is no negative in probability, but they said plus or minus, and Gehi had theirs right. Do you think the name and the history you have in the competition counts in moments like this?
Yeah, actually, yes. To some extent, maybe if I'm to give maybe rank in terms of percentage-wise, 75% yes, and 25% not really true. 75% true because if you look at the number of students Wesley gets trooped into this hall, because as we were coming, we were asked to sit in the front decks over there, just to wait because the room is choked with their students. And secondly, you know, sometimes when we meet those schools, those category or those quoted schools, when we meet them, with no matter how intelligent you are, sometimes if you don't have that charisma, if you don't have that belief that you can make it, you'll be feeling jittery, and even your team members, when they are on stage, even when those people are talking, they even fear to maybe compose themselves to compete with them to that standard. Bonuses. Yeah, to even go for bonuses because they fear. But I think not my boys.
Sure. Still to you, Mr. Francis. St. Hubert Seminary SHS won the contest with 67 points. Adiembre SHS had 32, and Abetifi Presby SHS, seeded school for 2 consecutive years, have now lost their seed, and they came up third with just 26 points. Were you expecting this to happen?
Not really. I was expecting Abetifi to have won.
Is it because you're in the same region with them, or you know their performance?
Not because we are in the same region, But I know the preparation
They put in.
they've put in. And I know that Betifi, they are not bad at all. Because we met them several times, and it's always a tough competition between us. And you know, the Eastern schools now, I think we are on point. And Abetifi coming here and St. Hilbert kicking them out, taking the seat from them, it was rather a pity because I felt bad today. Because I was thinking that today will be Eastern Region Day again, like the first 2 days.
The first 2 days.
But all the same, I think St. Hilbert did well. Because it's a matter of defending or somebody defending you.
That's sure.
So, to me, I think St. Hilbert, because they have won it, they deserve it.
Sure. Thank you. At the Auditorium 900, St. Augustine's College won the contest with a whooping 73 points. TIMAS Kumase 45 and Queen of Peace SHS 15.
Yeah.
The round one was very close, but the round two settled everything. What do you make of this contest?
Yeah, as for in NSMQ, round one is for every school. So if you're able to do your homework well, you've prepared enough, then you'll be able to get your own question because it's your own question. It's not like round two where you need to get the question before the other schools. Yeah, so I think that was why the marks were very close. But for the round two, I think St. Augustine's College have really done a lot of work. Because I remember somewhere the beginning of this year, we had a contest with them, and then we won them with a very huge margin. They weren't really doing well.
With the same contestants?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but just before the national competition, I think we went for another trial, but I don't think we didn't meet them, and then they weren't really performing to the standards as St. Augustine's College would. They weren't really doing well, so I was impressed today. Yeah.
Even at the regional championship, they lost to at the Cedar College.
Yeah.
Sure. Then for the last contest for today, at Auditorium 900, Ghana National College 56, St. Louis SHS. This goes to Abdul, sorry. Okay. Ghana National College 56, St. Louis SHS 35, and Archbishop Potter Girls SHS 35 points.
Yeah.
Were you expecting St. Louis to lose their seed?
Okay, I would say yes. I was expecting Ghana National College to win because they did quite well in the regional competition. I think one of
they had 83,
they had the highest
points in the qualifiers.
And then looking at their performance, I was expecting something from them. And then looking at St. Louis too, they didn't do quite well as last year's contestants do. Yeah, and then you see this is 1A stage. Everyone would want to come and then get seeded. Yeah, so I think maybe because of that competition. So
sure. Then to your own contest, Ebri Presby SHS 34 points, Mankranso SHS 30 points, and Kwetia Presby 25 points. Before you talk about the contest, what points were you expecting to get at the end of the contest? Did you have an expectation like that?
Yes. We're expecting nothing less than 60 points.
Nothing less than 60?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened? Can you please explain?
Actually, I don't know. All that I can say is that I think my boys, they didn't live up to their own expectation. They know themselves. They know that. They will understand what I'm saying because they know that they should have done better than that. And some of the answers to that, at least I know that those answers, even if we were to get them right, maybe we wouldn't have gotten the 60 points and above. But I think some of the answers that were suggested, we gave 2 protests, but it was rejected based on certain facts they gave us. But we took it in good faith. But all that I can say is that it is a contest. We were not able to get the 60 points. But I think even last year, so one of the big schools, I don't want to mention them, they recorded low value, but when they got to the quarterfinals, I think they came out with a very standard hit bet score. But all that matters is that quarterfinal, even if we win with 3 points,
you won.
It's a win. So we don't worry. We pick each step at a time. So even if it's 2 points we used to win or worse, it's still a win. Thank you.
Sure. Abdul, don't you think the points you get in your, or the points you had in your previous contest kind of say something about the school and the preparation going into the next stage of the contest? Doesn't it in any way or form put a certain level of fear in the other schools that they are competing with? Because if you say that the contest was a very easy contest, they had a very high score, meaning they were able to answer most of the questions in the contest. And that's a very good thing. Do you think getting a high score in, say, in this stage of the competition will also say something about you going into the quarterfinals?
Yeah, exactly. If you have a very high score in the 1A stage, going into the quarterfinals, the schools you'll be meeting, they will be intimidated by the score. Yeah. And then um they will try as much as possible to get questions before you, and then they, yeah, I think it says a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Then the very last contest for the 1/8 stage. At the CNC auditorium, Opokwari School won the contest with 74 points, Zion College 32 points, and Our Lady of Grace SHS 26 points. Did you expect them to win the contest and by this huge margin?
Yes, I expect Opokwari to win with a huge margin, uh, based on the schools they are meeting. Because if they were to meet some other schools that are very competitive, I don't think they would have been able to accumulate such points.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on the school you meet to, and also tactically, for science and math schools, every stage and its own tactics.
Okay.
Because if a school is to record a very high margin, like yesterday, I would have expected Presec to have scored even 80. But other schools too comes with their own tactics. So you can score even 70 something points today, but the next round determines the tactics each school will be bringing. Yeah.
Okay. A little bit on Stephen, the Form 1 boy who came last year and now currently informed and the contestant for the school. Abdul, do you see him going into the finals? Or you are also benched on the assertion that what you did the previous year doesn't matter? You should also do better this year? Or you think he has improved enough to go to the finals this year?
Okay, I think, coming in Form 1 as a contestant and being able to get to the finals, and we expect that when you come back the next year, you should do better, right? But it will depend on the kind of schools you'll be meeting and then the kind of questions. If the questions don't pass your way, and meaning you are not going to be able to make it, and then if the schools you meet, the sitting position doesn't favor you, the schools are able to get the questions right and then go on. So I think we should just be observing. Anything can happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. You keep talking about sitting position. So let's go a little back to 2023 when you met Prempeh College. Do you think you lost the contest because of your sitting position?
Okay.
If there is something that you'd do better if you are supposed to do the contest again, what would that thing be?
Okay, I would say the sitting position also matters, because if you are at position 1, when the question is being read, then sometimes you can be lost somehow. Yeah, but maybe if you are at position 3, by the time the first 2 schools would have given the answer, you would have gotten a clue on as to how to answer the questions. Yeah, so sitting position really matters.
Okay, sure. We'll just do a quick preview of the quarterfinal contest. So, on Wednesday, the very first contest will feature Accra Academy, St. John's School, and Tamale SHS. Who do you think will win that particular contest and why?
Okay, I think Accra Academy will win.
Why? Do you have any reason as to why they'll win?
Well, as for St. John's and Accra Academy, we've had trial contests with them several times, and looking at strength, though St. John's today are good, but looking at strength, Accra Academy will have upper hand over them.
Sure. So the next one still goes to Koforidua Senior High Technical School against Adontain SHS and Ghana SHS Koforidua. All the three schools are from the Eastern region. You know their performance, so
This is the toughest question you've asked me. This is the toughest question you've asked me so far because Adontin is from Ebri, my own backyard, and KSTS and that is Ghana National, GSTS, Kofrodia. In fact, this contest will be tough. My heart is for Adontin, but in my mind or in my brain, maybe KSTS will be seen through. But my prayers is that Adontin should surprise them.
I don't think it should surprise them.
Yes.
I think they can. Then to the next contest, we have Kita SHS, SHTS, Impraiso SHS, and Achimota School.
Okay, that particular contest is going to be a very heated one because we know Kita School from the trial contest and everything, and even their one eve contest, they've done remarkably well. Then Achimota School, they've also been doing well.
Achimota
Yeah.
actually struggled with their 1 contest.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because of trial contest.
Oh, okay.
So because of the trial, like they've done well in trial contest. I mean, and then the one if contest does not depend on does not foresee or say something about how you are going to perform in the quarterfinal
Quarterfinal.
stage. So I think it's going to be a very tough one. But I'm expecting Kita to take the win.
Yeah, in the same. Thank you very much. In the same region with Impraiso SHS, do you see them winning this contest?
Impraiso, please, Impraiso is contesting with which schools?
Kita SHTS and Achimota School.
Yes, Impraiso will win.
Is it because they are in your region or
No,
based on experience
not
and
really.
how good they are?
Not really. Sometimes, if you judge schools by their 1/8, you end up eliminating the best schools. If it is based on the so-called performance, we should have expected Adisadel to have been in the competition by now.
Sure.
Well, Apam shouldn't have taken them out. But the same thing is going to happen between Praeso and
And Kita.
Keta. Praeso will take them by surprise, and Praeso is going to win the contest.
It looks like you are in for a lot of surprises in the quarterfinal stage of the competition.
Yes.
Now to the next contest. Swedru SHS, Infante Pim School, Prempeh College.
I think this one is a straight win for Prempeh.
Really, a straight win for Prempeh College.
Yes.
Abdul, do you agree?
No, I expect Infante Pim to win.
You expect Infante Pim to win. Why?
Because they had I'm always saying trial contest. They had a trial contest before the nationals. Then they defeated Prempeh College mercilessly. So I'm expecting them to win. Then they did quite well looking at, because they had the same sets of questions. Even though Prempeh had a higher score, but looking at the round 2, Infante Pim, the kind of questions that Infante Pim was getting, Infante Pim's contest was more competitive, but even though they were able to get the questions, but for Prempeh College, I think they were the only ones ringing.
Udomi SHS. They were the finals in the Volta Regional Championship.
Yeah.
So they should be a very good school to get to the finals.
Yeah, I was even shocked. I was expecting some competition from Audomi. I don't know what
Audomi.
happened. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So Prempeh, Infante Pim. The next one was 82 SHS, GSTS, and APAM SHS.
I will expect Apam to win.
APAM.
Yeah.
Why? Is it because they beat Aditador College?
Not really. I like their composure on stage. They know when to ring. They know what to go for, and they know what they are looking for.
Okay.
And they are not moved by what you say or what you do. They are focused and they know exactly what they will do to take you off. Yeah.
I see. So I'll just go through it and just pick the school that I think will win the contest. St. James Seminary SHS, Pope John's SHS and Minor Seminary, Presbyterian Boys SHS.
I would go with Pope John.
Pope John.
Yeah.
Pope Jones.
Pope John. Hey, okay. The contest for the last day, that's a Friday. St. Augustine's College, Bishop Herman College, and St. Hubert's Seminary SHS.
Okay, I would take. I would expect St. Hubert to win.
St.
St. Hubert, yeah.
St. Hubert's,
Yeah.
St. Augustine's.
St. Augustine's, Mauli School, no, Mauli School, Wesley Girls High School, and St. Peter's SHS.
To me, I expect Wesley Girls to
Wesley
win.
Girls
Yes.
to win. Then the last contest,
Obviously, Maudi School.
Opokuari School, Ebri Press VSHS, and Ghana National College.
Opukwari. Oh, Opukwari.
Opokuari School.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
I think you didn't ask me whether about Ebri and Owas.
Oh, it will be a biased question because you definitely say your school, and that's why I didn't ask you. But thank you very much for joining us
Thank you very
this
much.
evening. Viewers, we've come to the end of the 1/8 stage of the competition. We are heading towards the quarterfinals where the competition is even tougher. Stay with us and continue streaming the National Science and Maths Quiz live on our Facebook page, National Science and Maths Quiz, and on our YouTube pages, Prime Time Limited and National Science and Maths Quiz Ghana. Before we end today's review show, kindly note that the National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Prime Time Limited and sponsored by Ghana Education Service in partnership with Go PLC and supported by Joy News, Pepsodent, Jupe Money Transfer, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Bell Beverages, Bitter Malt, ALX, Flora Tissues, Coronation Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University College, University of Mines and Technology, PMMC Jewelry, CHAS, YFM, GTP, and Gelmark Foundation. See you on Wednesday.